Good morning, fifth graders. This week in Wake Up, we are going to look at measures of central tendency. That goes along with an I can statement as I can find mean, median, mode, and range. So measures of central tendency involve these four different things, mean, median, mode, and range that we need to know how to find. What is a mode of our measure of central tendency? A measure of central tendency is a way to describe a whole bunch of data. So if you're given a whole bunch of data, there's four different ways we can describe it. We can describe it using the mean, which is the average. We can describe it using the median, which is the middle of the data. We can describe it using the mode, which is the piece of data that occurs the most often. Or we can describe it using the range, which is all of the data listed from lowest to highest. An example that we're going to use, or the example we're going to use to find all of these, would be a Chapter 3 math test among 5 students. So here's our little word problem. The Chapter 3 math test produced the following scores from 5 students. Emily scored an 89. Rachel had an 84 on the test. John also had an 84 on the test. Brent had a 96. And Joel scored 92. So we're going to talk about 4 different ways to describe this data: mean, median, mode, and range. First one we're going to do is we're going to find the mean. So the question is, what is the mean? And remember, you guys and gals, mean means the average. To find the average, you are going to add all the numbers together and then divide by how many scores there were. In order to do this, you actually may use a calculator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up my calculator. I'm going to put my calculator actually on my screen here so I can see both sets of data. So I am going to add up all of my scores. Again, add up all the scores and then divide by how many scores there were. So I'm going to take Emily's 89. I'm going to take Rachel's 84. I'm going to take John's 84. I'm going to take Brent's 96. I'm going to take Joel's 92. And I'm going to add them all together and get a score of 445. So I'll write that down so I don't forget it just in case I lose my data. I've added all of my scores together, and then I'm going to divide by how many scores there were. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different scores. So if I divide that by 5, our average score, our mean score, 444 divided by 5 is 89. So one way we can describe this data is the 5 students who took the test averaged 89 on the test. Next thing we're going to do is find the median. Median means middle. To do this, we list all of the scores in numerical order and then find the middle. So I'm going to get rid of my calculator there. I actually have listed the scores down here again so I don't have to keep moving up and down on my screen. We're going to list the scores in numerical order. Again, that means from high to low. We've already learned that. So the lowest score on the test were produced by Rachel and John. So they had an 84. I'm going to put a comma. They had an 84. So I use this data. I use this data. The next lowest score was Emily, had an 89. Joel had a 92. And Brent had a 96. I have now listed all the data in order from the smallest to the biggest score. To find the middle of the data, we're simply going to cross off the data from each end. So I cross off my 84, I cross off my 96, I still have 3 pieces of data. I'm going to cross off my next piece of data from the left and my next piece of data from the right, and it leaves me with 1 score in the middle. The median score, just like the average, happens to be an 89. The middle score is an 89. Now let's just say someone like Tom took the test and we wanted to add his data and find the median. So add his data to our data group. Let's say Tom got an 80, let's just say 88. If I add Tom's 88 to the scores, I would then have an 84 for Rachel, an 84 for John. I would have an 88. The next highest score was Tom's 88 right here. I would have an 89. I would have a 92, and I would have a 96. Again, to find the median of these scores, we're going to cross off the smallest score, the highest score. The smallest score, the highest score, but we end up with actually having 2 pieces of data. We have the 88 and the 89. We have to find the middle of that. So the middle of 88 and 89 would actually be 88.5, or we could also call that 88 and 1/2. So we just have to find the middle of the 2 pieces of data if we have an even number. So you can see we have an even number of pieces of data here, and we have an odd number of pieces of data here. Mode is probably the fastest and the easiest, so we're going to get rid of Tom's data here. We're going to keep the 5 that we started with. To find the most, we find the score that occurs the most. So again, if I list all of my data out, I have an 84, an 84, an 89, a 92, and a 96. Pretty simple to see that 84 occurs twice here. So our mode would be an 84 because 84 occurs the most. Last one is range. Range goes from high to low. Again, I'm going to list all of my data out. So I have an 84, I have an 84, I have an 89, I have a 92, and I have a 96. To find the range, we just list the scores from the smallest to the highest. My lowest score was an 84. I'm going to put a dash. My highest score is a 96. This is the range. Now, there is a second way to find range, and we'll talk about this in class 2. You could find the difference between the highest score and the lowest score. So the second way to find range is to take the highest score and subtract the lowest score from that. 96 minus 84, 6 minus 4 is 2, 9 minus 8 is 1. You could also say the range of the data is 12. So you can list the data from low to high, or you can find the difference between the data. Good luck on your wake up this week.